Alrighty then. So it is 6:31 a.m. September 2nd, 20 of the 22. And last time I had to cut the stream short because of some shenanigans, but we're back to it. I was going to come back and read that book, so we better make sure we do that now. Because reason's chocolate chew. Before I forget about it. Alright, so we just got a new book, and it's awesome. Chapter 7. Parting of the Ways. I have no further need of your assistance. His mind still reeling from the skill that Rose had demonstrated in her earlier battle. The only way he could react to her words was with dumbfounded silence. There were plenty of ways he could have argued back, not least by pointing out that they had yet to discover the vampire's identity, and that the reason she had originally agreed that they work together was so that he could use his position in the army to aid her in doing so. As if reading his mind, she said, I discovered the identity of the vampire this afternoon. As such, there is no longer anything you can do to help me. That's too bad. His initial reaction was doubt. How could she have possibly been the only one to discover the vampire's identity when they had conducted their investigation together? But then it hit him. They hadn't always been together. They had split up to investigate a wider area today, too. And if she had discovered a vital clue during a period where they were acting separately, it made perfect sense that only she could have worked out the truth. He tried again, but still, I have my reasons for wanting to see this through to the end, too. I can't just go back to living as if none of this ever happened. I need to, do one of these with cheese. There you go. Da-na-na-na-na. Do one of those, we'll do one of these. We'll do one of those, we'll do one of these. There you go, good boy. Okay. We're good. We're good. We're very 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 good. There's a Dorito and a football. Rose knew this already, of course. He had told her about his parents' murder once already, and made her realize that the two cases might be connected. She sighed, her reaction making it perfectly clear that pointing that out would do nothing to change her mind. She met his eyes again, unwavering in the slightest, as she said, Then allow me to put my position to you more bluntly. You are not a help. You are a hindrance. Just like Kent during a football game, when his emergency watch goes off. It was as if a sharp blade had pierced his chest. Her words left him shocked and speechless. She continued, I would have thought that anyone who looked around would be able to realize that this is not a matter that ordinary people can, or should, involve themselves in. As she spoke, she gestured in the directions of the ghouls, or rather, human corpses that were once ghouls, littering the surrounding area. Some were riddled with bullet holes. Some had smashed skulls. Some had quit like Vegastar. Some had no heads at all. Her words caused Alphonse's memory to return once again to the battle he had witnessed. Even if he had tried to intervene earlier than he did, would he have been able to do anything? No. On the contrary, it was easy to imagine him getting in Rose's way, becoming a liability, and interfering with her ability to fight. Alphonse looked down at the ground dejectedly. He was in fact defeated in battle. It was galling to hear, and realized that he might be useless in this. Rose opened her mouth to continue, her gaze somewhat distant. A long time ago, I tried to pursue another vampire with the help of with a civilian just like you. I was hesitant at first, but after he insisted so vehemently, I eventually accepted. Alphonse looked up, stunned at what he was hearing. He had assumed that he was the first person to offer to assist her. He was killed by the vampire we were pursuing. After that, the vampire disappeared, never to be seen again. He probably went to watch a Lancer stream. It was clear by the pain in her voice that for someone whose life revolved around killing vampires, there could have been no worse outcome. Of all the jobs I have undertaken, that was my worst failure, and the most terrible stain on my record. Almost as bad as when Mario stained Kelly Clarkson. I will not allow something like that to happen again. As such, I have always tried to keep you at arm's length. All I wanted from you was for you to make it easier for me to conduct my investigation and find out what I wanted to know. I was just using you all along. She continued on, telling him that everything had gone the way she hoped. It would perhaps even better, thanks to his contribution. She had been able to discover the identity of the vampire, and the army was able to find out what it looked like, helping them to keep people off the streets, and allowing her to successfully lure the vampire out. For that, at the very least, she was grateful. Alphonse could only stand and listen to her cold words washed over him, the meaning of what she was actually saying not truly sinking in. She fell silent for a moment and took a deep breath before starting again. The worlds we live in are just too different. We should never have even met, and yet, by coinkydink, we did. But that's all. Now you need to forget that it ever happened and go back to the life you should always have lived. Go back to watching Newfie videos. Besides, as a vampire hunter, the only life for me is one of solitude. She gave a small self-depreciating smile before turning to walk away from him. Seeing that smile and hearing what she said, something struck Alphonse as off, and yet he could not call out to her. It was as if there was an impenetrable wall between them now, stopping him from interacting any further with her. If only he was wearing a red blazer and being sharp-dressed. I can take care of everything by myself now. All I ask of you is to stay away and let me do it. Farewell. She said her final words as she walked, without so much as turning to face him, and then disappeared into the dark night. Left behind, Alphonse stood alone, frozen to the spot in a sea of blood. That's a shame. Get a sip of my tea. The next day, 10 unidentified bodies were discovered in Heimdall, and the surrounding area filled with disorder, the likes of which have never been seen before. It was almost as bad as when the mustard truck spilled over. Numerous soldiers moved to and fro, surveying the area under Gerard's direction, while crowds of curious onlookers tried to get a closer look at the gruesome display. Even Alphonse, who had been removed from the main investigation team, had been called in to assist this time. Alphonse had expected the bodies to be heavily disfigured from Rose's attacks, but when he reached the scene, he could see no evidence whatsoever that the previous night's battle had even taken place. Just numerous mustard stains here and there. The only marks on the bodies were the bite marks left by the vampire. At first that fact confused him, but then he remembered that Rose was somehow connected to the church. It seemed quite possible, then, that she would have worked alongside others, one or more of who may have arrived later to disguise any evidence of their involvement. After all, the church had the ability to purify weapons to allow them to contend with vampires, and possibly remove mustard stains. The possibility that they might also be able to put corpses back together was hardly a stretch after all the things he had already witnessed. Realizing how ludicrous that would sound to the average person, he could only laugh to himself under his breath. There was no sign of Rose at the scene, although Alphonse hadn't really expected that she would appear to begin with. She had made it clear the previous night that their original arrangement was over. Most likely Rose would go on to bring an end to the vampire murders herself in secret. With the culprit never apprehended, and the fact that vampires actually existed never being revealed to the world. But could he live with everything ending that way? There was still one burning doubt in Alphonse's heart, a lingering unease that refused to go away, the expression on her face as she had turned to walk away. As a vampire hunter, the only life for me is one of solitude. That may have been what she said, but the sad smile on her lips when she did so told a different story. Coolness underlined with resignation. Her words had been blunt, but to Alphonse, they also seemed tinged with loneliness. One time someone had mustard stains on pants near members. Oh, those members! Like when Newfie got kicked in the members. And he had to cut the stream short because of it. Freaking West Ham sandwich sneaking into his room and kicking him in the members. Right in the middle of a stream. What the hell, dude? Alphonse found himself reflecting on what loneliness meant to him. It was a feeling he was all too familiar with after losing his parents. In the blink of an eye, he had been left with no one who cared for him. No one who would be kind to him. No one who would look out for him. It was easy to imagine how being placed in a situation like that would gradually eat away at a person. Fortunately for Alphonse, his father's friend Gerard had held out a hand of salvation to him, and he had later met others like Luca who cared for him, and he for them. It was thanks to them that he was able to free himself of the loneliness that may have otherwise consumed him. Nonetheless, the experience had taught him exactly how painful living like that could be, and that humans could not completely live alone. Rose, however, had said that living in solitude was the only life for her. But did she honestly mean that? Or did she really long to break free from it, yet something was stopping her from doing so? It was probably Dorothy and Blanche. With the memory of his own experience still painful even after all those years, Alphonse couldn't stop wondering. That was when he made up his mind. He wouldn't, just leave things as they were. Rose may have cast him aside, but he had long decided what he needed to do to put the past behind him. And no matter how much danger he risked doing it, or how much she tried to stop him, he was determined to see it through to the end. The rear end. If that meant he might be a hindrance to her, so be it. This was his fight as much as hers. Alphonse shook his head furiously from side to side, as if to divest himself of the doubts and hesitations that had been filling his mind since the previous night. Focusing on the task at hand, he set about frantically investigating the area. That, he felt, was the only way for him to be able to stand shoulder to shoulder with her. Time dragged on, and as the search continued, and the receding rays of the setting sun began to blanket the scene in warm apricot hues, the 10 corpses had been carried away, and the vast majority of onlookers had dispersed. The large number of soldiers who formed the investigation team had also reached a stopping point in their investigation, and were ready to return for the day, but Alphonse waved them off, still silently combing the area for clues. Come on, Al. It's time to go back to the guardhouse for the day. The concern in Gerard's voice was obvious, but Alphonse only spared him a tired smile. Sorry, sir, just let me look around a bit longer. Considering the intense battle fought between Rose and the vampire the previous night, there was every chance that something may have been left behind that might help guide him to the vampire's identity. The investigation team had found no such thing, despite spending the entire day looking, but that did nothing to dampen Alphonse's spirits. There was something here, he knew it. Seeing Alphonse's determination, Gerard couldn't help but smile in return. Alright, then have it your way. Just make sure you stop and come back if you get too tired. And with a backwards wave, he walked off to join the other soldiers as they returned to the guardhouse to listen to Lately Sports. Silently thanking Gerard for his kindness, Alphonse went back to scouring the alley. Another half hour passed while Alphonse methodically swept his eyes over every nook and cranny. As the light from the dipping sun retreated from the sky, he began to fear his time was up. But just then his eyes were drawn to a point between two of the buildings. It was a narrow gap, overlooked in the investigation, where someone might have fallen. Indeed, he spied the barest of shapes on the ground. Blanche and Dorothy's cart accidentally ran into Sophia's cart, so Sophia started yelling, "My back!" Upon spotting it, Alphonse remembered seeing something fly from the vampire when Rose had landed her glancing slash on its chest. He crouched down to inspect the space. The gap between the buildings was so narrow that his arm could barely fit inside. He stretched out his fingers, desperately trying to reach the fallen object, and eventually managed to catch it between his between his index and middle fingers. He gave them the finger. Aw, yeah. It was a narrow, rectangular piece of cloth. Alphonse stared at it, analyzing every last detail of its surface. It was filthy gray in color, most likely meaning that it had been white originally. It was also clear that it had been separated from something by Rose's sword. Gotta keep them separated! Gotta eat the mashed potatoes! But other than that, it looked like an ordinary piece of cloth. It would have been nothing of interest at all to anyone just passing by. Anyone other than Alphonse, that is. Looking at it, he finally understood everything. The reason Rose had suddenly chosen to part ways with him, and the true identity of the vampire who was terrorizing the city. And that concludes Chapter 7. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Alright. So we need to head back.
Let's get going.
And go to the north side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and such. We're going to the north side. Do 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 do.
Yeah.
Because we gotta find this monster. Hey, Lucille! It's a monster picture!
Whoa.
I didn't even see that, dude.
Enemy sight. Take him out. All right.
Alright.
Who's there?
Hiya!
Now. Go.
Haha.
Very well. Go.
Meh.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Go.
Go! Beat his ass.
Here I go!
Silverthorn. Meh. That's very interesting. She like attacks with the flying thing.
It's my turn.
That's pretty exciting.
We're open.
Rush.
Reed. Leave it to me. My turn.
That hit two of them. In case you didn't know.
Now.
You kicked sand at me. You can't do that. That is like really rude. What's wrong with you, man? You got problems.
Now's our chance! You're getting better, Eustace!
Less talking, more moving.
Meh. Levelage.
Great.
Green level 33. Good times being had in the Mushroom Kingdom.
I'm just getting started.
Guys, level 33. Breaks 600 strength. And 200 art strength. Gotta appreciate those shenanigans. You have to. By law. Alright. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Alrighty then.
Yeah.
Whee! Nintendo Wii! Where am I going? I don't even know. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Meh.
Now's our chance! Let's smash them!
Single advantage. In case you didn't know. Flame slash.
Flames, gather on my blade.
You're gonna lose, sir. You're gonna lose badly.
My turn.
That is just the way it is. Can't do nothing about it. Do do, 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 do.
All right.
All right.
There. Now.
Oh yeah. Perfect.
You and Lemmy were super cool.
I'm just glad we won.
Meh. Level edge. Do 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 do.
A matter of course.
Use level 33. Good times being had here in the Mushroom Kingdom. Everybody likes that damn Mushroom Kingdom. Everybody. Even Newfie.
Yeah.
Do 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 do. Whoa! Whoa! Settle down.
Now's our chance. Let's get him. Here we go.
Cannage. I always do that, gang. What is wrong with me? Canon image stabilizing binoculars. Crudax style. Do 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 do.
Now's our chance.
My turn.
My turn.
It's my turn.
Not your turn,
Here
sir.
I go.
Miss? What in the
My
beep?
turn.
You can't miss. Missing's for losers, you know.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Go.
Rush.
Million.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah.
You bad guys better watch out.
Let's just keep moving.
Bum in the Highlands. Do 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 do. There go Lisa. Ah!
Let's get going.
Don't get off the horse. What do you think
Yeah.
this is?
Now's our chance.
My turn.
Single advantage. Hiya.
Go.
There. My turn. Now.
Bonk.
It's my turn.
It is your turn. Let's try Cross Crusade. See what that's like.
Here I go.
Bum 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 bum.
Ha!
Cross Crusade. Ooh. It's a holy attack. Damn.
My turn.
That was some painful shenanigans, is what that was.
I'll handle this.
Here I go.
Let's try your Buster Arm.
Get him.
Oh!
Yeah,
Nice.
you didn't stand a chance.
Meh. Do 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 do. Globby fat. Everybody likes globby fat.
Yeah. Now's our chance. Let's get him.
I'll handle this.
Crystal Saber. Everybody likes the Crystal Saber.
You're in the shore. Crystal Saber.
Boom.
Go.
Boom shaka laka, maka laka kaka gaka jaka daka baka, and such.
I can do this.
Ooh.
Now!
Fire! Oh, yeah.
Woohoo! We did it! Just who is this girl?
Epic. Alright, let's try you with Emma.
Yeah.
Nomadic settlement. So we want to head north and find this monster. Who I'm sure is up to no good. How you doing? Ah, I got stuck. Bum 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 bum. The northern regions of the Highland. Very good. Alright. That's where we need to go, but we gotta find this monster first. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, if we keep up this pace, we might make it in time after all.
Not might. We will make it in time.
Damn right we will.
We have the advantage.
Very well.
Eddie Monster. Dun 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 dun. Butch Patrick style. Do, 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 do.
Now!
Rush.
Lead!
Right.
Oh.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Flames, gather on my blade.
Flame Slash. Boom.
Okay.
Okay. Do, 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 do.
My turn.
Oh.
Right back at ya. Okay.
It's like I hit you anyway.
Ugh. This is it. Gotcha.
Perfect.
No problemo. Well done.
Hey, she's copying Fee. You can't do that. Ba-da-da-da. Alright, good times. We'll bring guys back in. Alright. To the monster! Excuse me, Mr. Sheep. Right down here. Oh, there's a big boy. How you doing? Warning!
Watch out. This is a tough one.
I'll handle this.
It's probably not that tough. But maybe it is. You don't freaking know. Stone Golem. Level 30, 41,631 HP. A golem created from stone, which appears in Erebonian legends. Can cause earthquakes by stamping on the ground. Mwahaha. He's a big boy. Grand Press R. Weak against wind, or wind does normal damage. Strong against everything else.
My turn.
So, that's fun. Let's raise our defense.
Delicious.
And speed.
Here I go.
And we'll do strength up by 25%.
For you.
That was great. Not bad.
Delicious.
Ow! That tickled a fair bit.
It's my turn.
And you can raise their defense and speed.
That was great. Not bad. I'll handle this.
Bum, 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 bum. Oh, you just happen to have wind. That's nice.
Go.
There!
My turn.
It's your turn.
Here goes.
Superthorn.
Huh.
Ariel. Ariel's in the sky. Ow!
Leave it to me.
That tickles, man. I don't appreciate that at all. Spark arrow.
Yeah.
Silverthorn. Boom. Not really that powerful,
Here we go.
but it does exist. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And we'll just attack.
Now's our chance.
There!
Hiya.
Yeah.
Spark arrow.
Flames, gather on my blade.
Flame saber. Although he's strong against fire, but it should still do some nice damage. Oh yeah. Crystal saber. S breaking it up.
You're in the shore! Crystal Saber!
Boom. S breaks are so OP. Miss. Counter.
My turn.
Bum bum ba bum 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 ba bum 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 ba bum. Oh,
Now.
rush.
Finish him, Gaius.
Got it. Leave it to me.
That's what you get, man. Do, 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 do.
Yeah.
Dark matter. Man, he is really going after poor Reen. Your problem, sir.
That's for you.
Thanks. I suppose I should thank you.
My turn.
Do, 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 do,
Now's our
do.
chance.
There! Very well.
Very well.
Now!
It's my turn. Now.
Dragon Breaker, finish the job. Hammer time! Boom! Shakalaka. Got him.
Didn't stand a chance.
Whee! He was pretty powerful with his physical attack and a lot of HP, but otherwise not too bad. Levelage. Grand Press R. That's new.
Great!
Green level 34.
I'm just getting started.
Gaius level 34.
I'm awesome.
Million level 34. Her first level up, I believe. Breaks 600 strength.
A matter of course.
Uses level 34.
Making progress.
Emma level 33. Oh, poor Lisa decided not to level up. Defeated the quest monster. That one was a toughie. We managed to scrape out a win, but I'm still not exactly sure what it even was. What's a creature like that doing here in Nord? It looked like a golem out of an old fairy tale. As we fought it, I recalled that gargoyle we fought in the old schoolhouse on our first day. We should report back to Lacan. Yeah, if we get the chance, let's head back to the settlement. Let us indeed. Do 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 do. Stone golem. Do 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 do. Also, we got that Grand Press R. Want to put that on anybody? We could put that on you, but we can't change your stuff, so... We can't do that. You can't do that, Johnny. Grand Press R. Adds defense up by 7 and strength up by 5. Not a bad thing. Let's go cash this in real quick before we head to the quarry. I'm sure bad things will happen. We'll probably get that infamous game over screen. Do 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 do. Bum ba-da-rum 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 bum bum bum. Do 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 do. Run, run, or you'll be well done. How you doing? Oh, I see you managed to defeat that mysterious creature. Did you all come out unscathed? Thankfully, yes. Although Reen got punched several times. It certainly put up a fight, but we persevered in the end. The rear end. Glad to hear it. I'm still a bit concerned that it picked now of all times to appear, but we can worry about that later. Considering the situation at the moment, I really appreciate that you were able to defeat it at all. Here, this is for your troubles. We get 5 Tyrol bombs, 5 EP charge 2s. Nice. Now that's what I call generous. Thank you so much. We'll be sure to make the most of all this. I'm the one who asked you to deal with it in the first place, so it's the least I could do. I wish you all the best in resolving this current crisis. Stay safe. Thanks, Dad. Quest Nord Highlands North monster completed. That's really our only quest for the day. Monster down. We should tell Lacan just in case he couldn't hear it. we reported to Lacan, fulfilling the request. Nice. Alright. Good times. So now we just want to head to the quarry, I suppose. I don't think there's anything else we can really do at the moment. So that's kind of a thing. Bum ba ba bum ba ba bum. Oh, where am I going? Where am I going? Nobody knows. Nobody knows what it's like. Okay.
Yeah.
To the quarry. We gotta go around. Do. Whee! Nintendo Wii! Do. Yacht! Yacht! Da da da. Do. Ba 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 ba. It's a bird! Just avoid you, sir. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Imagine that. Tanner Lee style.
It's enormous. Stay on guard.
That's what she said.
The ancient quarry is this way, right?
Yep, just round the back of this statue.
Bum. Do.
Yeah.
You don't say.
So this is the ancient quarry. Crazy to think it dates all the way back to the Neolithic era over 1,000 years ago.
And that an evil djinn is sealed away here.
Well, that's what the legends say, but no one really knows for sure.
And you're sure that armed group you mentioned is hiding in here?
It seems likely.
Yep, I think they're probably lying low deep down in the quarry. I mean, I know they're here. I saw a bunch of them stream in from the entrance up there about an hour ago.
But how'd they get up there in the first place?
You think they used a rope ladder like the one we found near the mortars?
It's difficult to tell from this far away. Anyway, we'll need to go in from this entrance down here. Me and Lammy could fly up there no problem, but that doesn't help the rest of you out much.
Well, you have a point, but...
I'm not sure entering here is going to prove much easier for us. What do you propose we do about this huge stone door? It doesn't look like it's going to budge.
Come on, get off your horses. Me and Lammy will take care of this door, no sweat.
Oh?
We ought to dismount anyway.
Milliam became the party leader. Characters with strike-type field attacks of B rank or higher can destroy cracked walls and certain other objects. B rank? Oh, okay. That's fun. I'll be right back.